Welcome to NBNR, the authority on unfiltered opinions and authentic player insight for Nebraska athletics. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and at nbnrpodcast.com.
We have a saying, no block, no rock.
You know, we just really love Utter. He's a junkyard dog.
Kenny Bell ran up to me. He's like, you know what you just did?
You get mad when you going to get in the portal and go to another podcast?
You know, usually dumbbells are in pairs. They had 5 dumbbells.
Dang on it, Muhammad!
GBR. All right. Woo! Look at these beautiful people. Hey, you know what? Make some noise. Just for a second. Make some noise. Let's go. All right.
Holy shit, we have people in here.
I mean,
that's kind of weird. Normally on Mondays, we're in here just like the 4 of us, and we're just drinking beer and just hiding in that corner over there.
Our own voices just echoing.
Yeah, and here we are with people, so that's kind of cool.
And no headphones, which is also weird.
Yeah, that's also weird. I actually have to listen to you, so.
I'm uncomfortable with no headphones.
Yeah, hey, can't hear. Thank goodness I have good points, Michael.
Say, is that cool?
All right, hey. No block, no rock. Season 2, finale, episode 46. We are 26 days out from kickoff. 26 days. Less than a month?
Damn.
It's here.
Ireland? All right, guys. Look, let's talk about the beers that we're drinking. I myself am drinking a Taco Vesa.
Woo!
Keeping it light, keeping it classy.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone.
I bet there's probably a lot of people out here drinking the Taco Vesa because it's probably on special, right?
Hold up a Taco Vesa.
Yeah, you're all drinking the Taco Vesa out here, right?
Are we all drinking them up here? That's what I got.
see a lot of limes up here.
Are we all drinking Taco Vesa?
Yeah,
we are.
Dude, it's like I'm like in it.
Well, look, it's okay. This is our first live show. We can screw up right now. It's fine.
You guys in the technical difficulties when I show up is not great.
All right. For those of you who don't know, last time Sam was here, we had technical difficulties for like the first hour. So you know what we did? We drank, and then we tried to figure out what was going on.
We drank.
And then we drank again. And then we finally fixed the episode with a 9-volt battery. Shout out to Connor over there. So yeah, the tap room saved that episode. And here they are to treat us all to some good beers. So
indeed. Okay.
So is it kind of a consensus we're all drinking Taco Vesa up here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm drinking right now, yeah.
Okay, that's what I have too.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Listen, in the bright lights, you would think, listen, we're going to have a quarterback. Quarterback's the most important position on the football field, right? Wrong. O-line, baby.
There we are.
O-line. That's where the team's built. That's where the team goes.
You bring the meat and potatoes, baby.
That's right.
The hog mollies. All right. So, Dylan. The junkyard dog, Utter.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's you.
Yep.
And Sam, okay, now your nickname is...
What was it?
It has been controversial.
We got Dad Honey. We got Da Honey. What's the nickname here for Sam Honey?
I have
Country.
the best one.
Oh, you have the best one?
The ultimate teammate.
Oh, there it is.
It
Yeah.
is the ultimate
There it
team.
is.
Sam, the ultimate teammate, Hahn.
I will take that one too.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
a big
facts.
compliment, isn't it?
It is.
He is just always the guy doing the right things. So you never have to worry about Hahn on a Saturday night. You know he's making the right decisions after a game.
Whether it's a win or a loss.
Yeah, I mean he's always going to be on time, do the dirty work, and just a walk on true and true. So
That's right, man.
turn scholarship. My bad.
He did turn scholarship.
Yep.
So
All right, well, let's just give quick introductions, okay?
Yeah.
So for those that don't know me, some people say I'm good at TikTok for some reason.
TikTok king.
I hate you. I am Jared Hall. Now, Dylan Utter, walk-on captain center for Nebraska. Thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Sir, appreciate it.
Well deserved. Kyle, just KB, talk a little bit about yourself.
Yep, Kyle Byers, always rocking the Taco Vesa here at the tap room. I run all the media that you guys see here, so all the video, except for the TikTok content. I can't claim any of that.
You know what you can claim is that bright ass light right in my face.
Yeah, yeah. The lighting, all the cameras, everything. That's me. So yeah, that's what I bring to the team.
All right, pass it over.
All right, Mike.
All right, I'm the dad of the pod. I kind of do all the dirty business.
You are the dad.
All the audio stuff. Pretty much anything you need, you get it from Mike. And I'm also the drinker of the pod, so it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
This guy goes out and plays basketball, and he thinks he can just, he thinks he's still young.
I needed the New Balances like Sam has.
Tell him what happened.
I busted my ankle.
He wanted me to play yesterday,
yeah,
too.
you didn't text me back, you motherfucker.
Exactly. That's where problems are written over that.
Yeah.
I'm too big to be running up and down.
Yeah.
Those ankles are dust, my friend.
Mike isn't even a dad for 2 months, and now he's already breaking his ankles.
I know. I should have just invested in the New Balances, but they're so expensive now, and they don't even come with grass stains on them. I got to actually put them on there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do yard work, Mike.
Yeah. Well, homeowner, you know.
All right, Sam Hahn.
Here I am.
Thank you, sir.
So you're not the dad of the pod anymore because I'm here. So
Oh,
Big Daddy Hahn.
Dad.
with these white New Balances. So I just got to say real quick, Will Compton, the Nike Air Monarchs are not the official dad shoe. It's the white New Balances. So just so
Yes, sir. Let him know.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, get that on video. Tweet it at Will.
Yep.
So,
Yep. We got you. Yep.
Wait, so we actually had is he trying? He's trying to push that narrative right now.
Well, I just know he always talks about them white Nikes with the little navy swoosh being the dad shoes, but it's actually the New Balances.
Yeah. If you can't get them at Walmart, how are you a dad?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, well, before we get into the whole meat of this thing, the upcoming season, I'm going to throw it over to the Junkyard Dog, and I just want to ask you, I request of you,
Let's hear it.
how do you sum up your Husker career? You look back, the good, the bad. What is it about your Husker career that you remember the most?
Yeah. Kind of like what everyone says, it's the memories with the teammates. Now that it's our 6th year coming out, you miss those guys more and more. When you're grinding just with the crew of 140 guys, every day you see the same people, but those are the guys that you want to work for. When you're ultimate, you got guys like Hahn putting in the work. Everyone's putting in the work. You don't want to let those guys down. But not only that, is the Saturdays, you can't beat those in Lincoln. I mean, the whole town is vibing. Everyone's in red. It's just, it was a dream come true. So the fact that we were able to get it done up there, and I'm going to plug it right now. We were winning games up there. Last time the Huskers were in the bowl game.
Yep.
These
Let's
guys,
go.
Years ago.
These guys were on the offensive line the last time they made a bowl game. So
We can say that for this year. I don't
big
know how
shout
many
out
more.
to
Yeah.
the last bowl game was because of these two guys.
And not just that.
We're fighting.
Not only did you make the damn bowl game,
Yeah.
kick their ass.
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Wrong.
Wow, edit that out.
I am
please.
remembering.
Yeah, don't
wrong.
worry. Hey,
Drink to that.
back to the nitty gritty stuff. I'll edit that out. You guys all heard that though. That was actually in Nashville. I was at that game, and you guys got ripped by Alvin Kamara, Derek Barnett.
It was more Derek Barnett.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It was a good Tennessee team.
Yeah, he ate Nick Gates' lunch that day.
Oh.
See, what you fail to understand, guys, is I remember it very well. I'm just trying to forget it. So I'm trying to
Good save,
help
right?
you out.
Yeah, good save. Like that.
We'll hang our hat on 9 wins.
Yeah.
That BS. Sam Hahn, being a Husker, what do you remember the most?
So the thing that sticks with me is how much you fell in love with the grind with the boys. So you're getting up at 5:30, 6 a.m. You're going to workouts, you're going to run, you're going to lift, and just now, for me, Dylan's a little bit different, but that motivation to work out and do all that stuff isn't there as much anymore because you're not going to do it with the boys. and going to battle, it was fun, just finding the grind. And obviously, being a small town Nebraska kid, getting to walk out of the tunnel and then actually getting your chance to start, that's dream come true. That's what it is. And that was my number one goal from when I was a little kid. That's what I wanted to do. So, that was awesome. And then getting to experience it with, friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you about as fortunate as you can be.
Well, they always say, when you're a little kid, you dream of walking out that tunnel and you get those chills. Is that real?
Oh, yeah. When you're not playing, it's not as cool. It's sick. Don't get me wrong. But when you're strapping it up and you're the one, going out there and playing, it's a different feeling walking out of the tunnel. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember my first. So this was actually pre-tunnel walk. When we're out warming up, but we're out warming up and I'm just I'm kind of out of it a little bit because I'm nervous and I'm trying to get focused. And I remember Utter just come up to me and just smack me in the helmet 4 times. He's this is it right here. You better be ready. Get your ass ready. And I was I needed it because I was just this is it. And then you hit the tunnel when you're actually when it's you,
Yeah.
it's different. Like, it's cool to hit it just as a part of the team, but
Yeah.
when you know you're out there and you're going to be out there for, 70 plays, it feels different.
Yeah. The other thing I remember when going on visits, pregame, everyone comes across the screen, Fultzy says the small town USA. I just remember always, in high school seeing that, hoping it was going to be you up there. And then, before the game, when you're the one announcing yourself starting, it's a hell of a feeling. That's for sure.
Yeah. You hear your voice pop on that microphone and you're facing the Jumbotron. It's like, wow,
Chirpy.
Like, this is cool. Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Did you guys get like extra hype for all those like video sessions you guys had to do?
Yeah, how many takes did you have to
They're
do?
a lot cooler now. Back then, you just showed up for 15 minutes and you were out. Now they have the freaking photo shoots with the backdrops and the cars and whatever.
The
throne, the king. Back then it was like, all right, let's hurry up and get this done with.
Go back to practice.
Get him out in the parking lot.
It was like one take. It wasn't no Russell Wilson like Broncos country. Let's ride. Let's ride. No, it was just like one take. I remember I did it. So obviously I wasn't a starter like at the beginning of camp when they did some of it. So I did mine like the week of the game after like because Gerald got hurt a couple weeks before, and like I'm walking through the life skills complex on your way up to Huskers Vision at like 8 a.m. on a Monday, and people are just
pads.
like walking through,
full.
and I'm going through in full pads, just feeling like an idiot. I'm like, this is so cool. Like,
Game
you look
week.
forward to this, like game week. Like, I'm gonna go record that because that's gonna be like, the moment we just talked about when you're on the screen. And I'm going through there, and there's just athletes from everywhere, like looking at me, and I'm like, oh man, this is terrible.
Look at this doofus, right?
Exactly. I just felt like an idiot.
So Dylan, the other day we were golfing.
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle and I golfed. I lost a lot of golf balls. We were golfing with Dylan, and he told this funny story about Sam, how you guys were at the Shrine Bowl, and Sam was the only one that showed up with the face mask, the crossbar on the face mask.
The 1970s helmet.
Hell yeah.
I don't even think they had a logo on your helmet, did you?
No logo.
No, that's small town right there, baby. So no, Hahn was. So that's when I first met Sam. Hahn was the Shrine Bowl. Back then he was 6'6", probably 230, basketball guy.
Basketball guy. Really, yeah.
And so he was on the offense, I was on the defense, but Sam went to North Dakota State at first, so we didn't get to meet there, and then he came back to Nebraska, and from there we grind together on the scout team, in the workouts, everything. We lifted on the same West Side crew, everything. So no, seeing Hahn transform from the goofy Tri-County guy with no helmet to starting on Saturdays was a transformation, that's for sure.
Yeah. So to touch on the scout team stuff, right? I remember in our interview with you, Dylan, you were like, yeah, you're just like a bunch of big dummies out there just getting your ass kicked every day on the scout team. And it makes you appreciate, once you guys became starters, it makes you appreciate the guys that, you were going up against on the scout team. So talk a little bit about like scout team and what that was like, because it sounds like hell.
I'll give you my scout team experience. Randy Gregory for 90 minutes for 15 weeks straight.
There you go. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, how many reps did you win?
How hard was Randy trying?
How hard was it going? Did the coach piss him off or no? Right? No, but my story was, Vince Valentine and Malik Collins, both NFL guys. So back then, you had to stand in there and work. Really, it was not fun, that's for sure. Especially with Coach Kaz there too. He
psycho.
Yeah, he was a crazy coach. So he didn't let anyone take plays off then, even on scout team. And like I said, once you get older, you appreciate those guys that are busting their ass on scout team. Once you're the ones playing, you try to show those guys love, even though they might not be playing. The whole team needs it as good. The team's only as good as the scout team, really. If they're not going busting their ass, and the team's not getting better. So that's a huge part. And
you go from being the scout team guy, and like they talk about giving a look. So, like, you want to give the look that offense or defense that you're playing on Saturday is going to do. So you want to play it like them so everybody's used to seeing that. And so sometimes you might get out of line as a young guy and maybe not give the right look, and they come down on you hard because you're not doing it the right way. Well, then you get to be that older guy who's on the other side of it, and you really appreciate the guys, giving you the right look and the play developing the way that's probably going to on Saturday, because there's sometimes, you rep that stuff in practice, and all of a sudden it unfolds that way in a game, and then you go about it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's what makes me think of that is, so last week we had Isaiah Harris, who is a current Nebraska walk-on running back, and he's running scout team right now. And we talked to him and he's like, you know what? I deserve a black shirt. He's like, I'm getting the black shirts ready every single week. I don't get all the fame and the glory, but you know, I'm taking those hits from Garrett Nelson and Heinrich every single week, you know? So that makes me think of that. It's like, okay, you got those guys that are getting the defense and getting the offense ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, you see it. The guys that are making plays on the scout team, usually in a year or two, they're going to be the ones making plays. I mean, you had Brandon Riley, Jordan Westerkamp ran through there. You know, a lot of walk-on guys truly have developed through there, even though Westy wasn't one. But, you know, a lot of guys develop there, and then they're going against the best of the best. So by the time spring ball comes around, you know, they're ready to rock, go against, you know, the best that the team has to offer.
Yeah, you're definitely transformed in that next spring ball after you go against those guys during the season.
So after all the concussions that you undergo,
None of those.
None of those? Not one, huh?
We don't talk about
I mean,
those.
I think only one really, but it was just like got a little doozy, but you just do what you got to do
just
to play,
doozy.
right?
Did they ever call you hard-headed then, or what?
I mean, I'm short arms. I have to use my head. Hahn, probably not as much. He's got the long arms.
Well, I had to go against Gangush quite a bit too, so you kind of learn how to use your head.
Use your head. Right?
The king of the podcast that's never been on, Jack
You
Ganglish.
have to get him on.
One of these days, I've reached out. I mean,
You'll set a record for length of the podcast.
Yeah.
'Cause those stories,
We'll have a lot of tidbits right there.
can't wait.
Maybe don't do a live one. With it.
definitely not a live one. You're gonna need the edit button hard on that.
Edit button.
What's that? This is a podcast.
Nah.
Right.
Okay, well, I appreciate all the reminiscing, but let's turn to 2022. Scott Frost, his appearance at Big Ten Media Days. Now, a lot of people made it a big deal. A lot of people didn't, but he didn't make an opening statement. We kind of we had a little play there.
Yeah,
a lot of
we
people
tried.
got it. A lot of people didn't. That's
Yeah.
fine.
We tried.
He didn't make an opening statement. A lot of people think that his demeanor was not one of excitement. He's not excited about the team. Damn it, Scott. You know, you're acting like a petulant child. But let's just make this about the media in general, okay?
Oh boy.
Because even at last year's media, don't worry, we're going to get there. At last year's media days, Scott even said, I've never been more excited about a team. How did that end up? 3-9, right? So no matter what you say, it always takes place on the field no matter what you say, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you guys played under Bo a few years. Not exactly known as the
Media guy.
Is that how we're going to put? Or is that how we're putting it? Not exactly the most media-friendly guy. So when it came to the media, were you guys did you guys have to be coached on how to deal with the media? Were you given talking points like, don't you effing say this, just say this, like anything like that from Bo?
I would just say, like, as part of your, like, our life skills and compliance stuff, you were kind of taught how to, like, be cordial and answer questions properly. And, like, you were given guidelines and rules. Like, there wasn't any talking points or anything
Don't
like
say
that.
this,
But they coach you through it. Like, you can't just take an 18-year-old kid straight out of high school and go throw him to the media and be like, all right, answer these questions right and don't make a fool of yourself. Like, you're coached not to make a fool of yourself and kind of put the team up there.
I think Bo did Bo used to have this rule where you had to have played some snaps before you could
That's
even
right.
talk to the
Yes.
media.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
anyone that didn't even play, you didn't have the opportunity to talk. So, from there, just like Hahn said, life skills kind of taught you, what to say and what not to say. But the media is just a lot different from even when we were there, with the NIL, you kind of have to be part of the media. So it's, I'm sure they're getting coached up a lot more now there, just what they can do and not do. If you say the wrong things, who's going to want to throw you some money. So I'm sure it's definitely a topic that they go over now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be very curious to see now with NIL. And, fans are generally pretty classy, I guess, when it comes to, all right, these are 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, right? Before, they might have been making money, but not officially.
Yeah.
And so it's just going to be very interesting to see how that criticism turns now that, this guy's making six figures. Like, are fans going to be as vitriolic, hold it against them? Like, quit making commercials, do this blocking play, right? Take practice seriously and quit doing,
Yeah, maybe if you didn't worry about social media so much,
Right.
you wouldn't throw that interception. Like, it's,
It'll be interesting to see how fans kind of take that in stride.
On the other side of that, I wouldn't say that fans are always so great to 18
Right.
to 22-year-old kids because as Utter, we both Twitter searched our name after a
Always.
couple
Oh, boy.
of games,
Always.
and it ain't exactly kind. So I would say that
Right.
It was always fun though. It was.
it was
I
because
mean,
people would just say the
funniest stuff.
funniest stuff.
Yeah, but-
Okay, this is an excellent segue. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's like we're scripted here. All right, so Garrett Nelson at Big Ten Media Days, told this very interesting story, and this might be news to some of you. He was in a class, and the professor put up a trivia question, and the trivia question said, "Quote: How many more incompletions can Adrian Martinez throw until he gets cut?" Now, not just did he throw that question up there, but Adrian was in that class.
Yeah. I've been a part of a situation like that.
Okay, go.
All right. So, do you want me to name the class and the teacher or not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Mech Systems 109, East Campus, David Maybe.
Damn.
Campus.
East Campus.
What's his
stand-up.
home address?
Yeah, I don't have the home address. Anyway, I can't remember the exact question it was, but like we were talking about like examples, and that's kind of he made a joke about the football team like losing games or some. I don't remember the exact nature of it, but like he threw a big dagger at the football team. It was just kind of like okay, and like this is back in Bo days, so we were okay back then.
Yeah.
So, and this just happened to be the day that I had to go get signed off because this was Wednesday. I was gonna miss Friday because we were traveling, and I had to go get my like slip signed for missing class and like him say it's okay. And I go up to him after class. I'm like, hey, can you sign this paper? I'm gonna be gone because I'm on the football team.
You're gonna go lose.
Yeah. He felt about like that big. He was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean anything personal by it. And I'm just like, dude, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to take your shots, and everybody wants to take their shots to the football team because they think they got it made and everything's great. But you know what? Most kids couldn't endure, like, the practice schedule, the lifting schedule, the meeting schedule, plus the homework schedule. Like, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and to me, like, I relate it back to, like, kids who I went to class with that had a job. I'm like, nope, shout out you. You have a job. Like, you're doing more on top of school. But, like, you don't understand the commitment that it takes to do all that. So it ain't just all sunshine and rainbows. So, you know, it is kind of annoying when people, you know, make fun of the football team. And I get it, like, because you're also, like, more famous or whatever you want to say. But, you know, that happens more than you think on campus. Shots like that and digs like that in class, they do happen.
I was gonna say, I think Taylor Martinez took a few shots like that, you know, even from within the athletics system. Wasn't it like, you know, baseball guys were giving him crap, stuff like that?
Yes.
There's like a big deal with all of that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of what Bo relied on. When he doesn't say like us against the world, he's basically saying, you know, like, I mean, who gives a shit about what anyone says unless it's, you know, the guys that are playing on the weekends, you know? So I always thought it was kind of funny, you know, when you're young, you kind of take it personal, but like Hahn said, once you're older, me, him, and Nick Gates would look our names up and just, you know, get a good laugh out on the plane and then pass out, watch film, and then, you know, on to the next one, really. But like you said, you know, all the stuff that goes into it, it'll be interesting to see how the media sprinkles in there with NIL and, you know, kids are going to be getting, you know, crap talked onto them for that. But
Especially now,
they got to make their money. I mean, shit, why not?
What's the craziest tweet that you guys saw when you were looking yourselves up?
I mean, just the normal, like, you're the worst fucking center we've ever had. Stuff like that. Like,
You're not Dave Remington? Weird.
Cool. Like, nothing would be better when they would like edit a clip and like, can you tell me what happened here? And you're like, yeah, I just got my ass kicked one play. You know, like, it happens. The other guy's a hell of a ball player too, you know. So that's one of the things when you're young, you let those plays and, you know, those people get under your skin. But once you're older, you realize, like, you know, go watch the NFL, how many legends get put on their ass or, you know, embarrassed or mossed, or it's just part of the game, you know, just kind of, that's why I wish I would have played kind of golf growing up, you know. Golf, it's all about the next shot. Otherwise they can be, you know, same with football. You have one bad play, you would think the coach is going to cut you the next day, you know, but once you wipe that off, you can play a lot more free. I think that helps out quite a bit.
And the thing about golf, no one's going to put you on your ass usually, right? So,
Yeah.
Right. It's
Biggest golfer I ever golfed with, I'll tell you.
That's the biggest thing, though. Like you were just saying, from when you're young, like just beginning like scout team or like in spring ball, when you're getting actual team reps, you're always afraid you're going to get called out in film. Like you're like sitting there dreading it. And then you get to be older, like, and part of it, and you're just like, man, you're going to have a bad play. You're going to get called out for it. Like, I remember Utter and I would text, like, we'd be watching film at home after practice because they'd have it loaded up on Huddle. And Utter would be, like, coaching me through these other plays, like, you need to do this, that, and that. And then we'd talk about certain plays, and we're just like, well, that ain't going to be fun to watch with Coach Cav tomorrow. But, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. So, I mean, it's football. It's just part of it. You know, it's football. You get yours and you get got sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and, you know, another story that Garrett was telling was there was a campus tour being had, and the tour host was near the stadium and said, this place would be a lot better if they win games. When they win games, it's a lot better. But then I think back to the Michigan game.
It's still a great place.
I'm like, regardless.
It's still a great place. Get that play rocking electric. At night, dude. It's unbelievable.
You got the Thunderstruck, and you got Nick Henrik doing the
fire. There's literal fire in the stadium.
I haven't been to the night game, though, with Thunderstruck. I'm going to have to make that a stop this year. Did you go last year, Hahn, or no?
Yeah, I had it with Northwestern. It was really sweet.
And that was the game
we were just
just kicked their ass.
Yeah. So that was cool. And the Michigan game was fun, too, because it was a tight game. Yeah. So, yeah, I lucked into tickets on both of those. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been there either.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of Northwestern, okay. Now, we are coming back from break. I myself got myself an Ailstorm.
Hey, that's what I'm drinking.
That's what I have.
Seriously?
Hey, stir it up, right? Stir up the storm.
Stir it up. You went with the taco vase.
I'm going to keep it there.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep, and then I went with the Pog seltzer, and the joke is that we call this the Pod seltzer.
Yeah, that's the go-to seltzer for the pod.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the Pog seltzer.
They're actually going to rename it. You just have to talk to Paul, you know.
Yeah. I'll get with you later.
Yeah. So, I don't remember exactly how we ended the last break.
I don't think it matters.
It was about Northwestern, okay? Now, I'm sure you all know that they will be traveling to Dublin, Ireland to play Northwestern. Would you want to do that? Would you want to go to go to Dublin, Ireland, and play Northwestern?
For me, it's a no-brainer. That would be a trip of a lifetime. I mean, all expense trip to Ireland. I would take that in a heartbeat. I'm sure they're going for a week, or do you guys know?
It's a week.
Yeah, they get there early.
So the first 2 days, they're going to go see whatever is cool to see in Ireland, and then lock in from there, really. But I would have loved the trip personally.
That's like asking me if I wanted to go to Nashville for our last bowl game. Yeah.
Did you get to experience Nashville?
Yeah, we had a little experience in Nashville, and now I'm like a local expert there. So
Really?
Yeah, we're good. We've been a few times, but maybe find some Guinness in Ireland while you're there. Like at the beginning of the week, just try it.
But you guys are talking reckless right now.
What do you mean?
Do you guys know what kind of season they got coming up? And you're thinking about Guinness right now?
I mean, they know what Northwestern's going to do. They're going to line up in the same stuff and run at you. I mean,
they've run the same stuff since Pat Fitzgerald's been there. It's just, whether they execute good or not. Because Northwestern's the team, they're going to go 3-9, but play like they're 10-0, and they're going to be 10-0 and play like they're 3-9. Like, what you're getting from Northwestern. You better be on your P's and Q's
But enjoy the trip while you're there. I mean, nonetheless,
absolutely,
it's on the university. Why not? They're going to have sweet stuff set up for the players. It's going to be a hell of an experience for them. It'll be even better when they're flying all that way back home 1-0, baby. Let's go.
Hey, there we go, sir. Okay, speaking of Northwestern, you guys were probably on the team then, right? The Hail Mary.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. Can you guys describe what that was like? The Hail Mary catch by Jordan Westerkamp to beat Northwestern.
And were you one of the ones that smothered Westy
just
when he
piled on top.
piled on it, because he talks about not being able to breathe at the bottom of that pile.
That'd be a lot of weight.
Just utter on top.
I mean, for me, the ironic thing is I had a high ankle sprain, but I still suited up. But that ankle felt real good running to the pile. I know that much.
And that was back in the old school rules. So that was my transfer year. So I wasn't suited up. Yeah. So I'm not diving on that pile with no pads on. Yeah. Man. Sorry, I'm just on the outside.
It was cool though.
It was sweet, but yeah.
I think Michigan State still trumps it though.
Yeah. Okay. When Brandon went out of bounds and came back in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now that's because you were on the field.
Exactly.
That you were playing, so that's why that trumps it for you, which is cool, obviously. But
that was one of our questions submitted was your favorite game.
Yeah.
So we brought up Northwestern, the Hail Mary. Brought up Michigan State with Brandon Riley totally not going out of bounds on his own free will.
That was cool, but we were 3-9.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would be your
3-9? Woo.
No, we were probably 4-8. But
yeah. So Oregon at home, senior year.
That was sick.
That's probably my favorite. But a close second is actually a loss. Dude, Wisconsin our senior year was
a
sick.
hell of a game.
That was sick. Like Camp Brando, like, and it's loud. And I'm just over there smacking you on the ass every time we have to snap the ball because you can't hear anything.
Yeah, that place was rocking. I mean, because 2 years before we went there, and that's when they were jumping around when it was snowing. We got our butts kicked.
Yeah.
So I mean, when they're jumping around and it's a hell of a game, and the lights, it was a surreal feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy though because like their students get there so late, like it's mid first quarter, and then their student section finally
they let them in like in waves.
Yeah,
like
we saw that
at a time.
Yeah. We went there. Jared and I went there this year, and of course, close loss, shocking. Yeah, and that was the thing is like they just kind of like just gradually the student section gets bigger, and you're like, holy shit! And then when they start jumping, like that, you can feel the bleachers moving.
It's a good vibe.
Mike, we didn't exactly jump, right? Did you jump? You jumped?
Yeah.
I think I went on my tippy toes.
You're like, it's more of a tippy toe thing.
Yeah. I didn't commit to the jump.
Hey, I was wearing red. So were they. I didn't know the difference.
Yeah,
and we showed up early too.
Yeah. You can ask Ut though, because I didn't go our sophomore year because I was on travel for that game. And it's just like, dude, it's so much better when you're in the game and like it's not as disrespectful. But when it's snowing and Melvin Gordon's got 400
everyone's on the half, the 50-yard line, and they're just dancing.
There's Melvin right there. He's still going.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So it's not fun.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't play D.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's their fault, right?
It's still pain. Okay, so the next thing I want to ask you guys is about the quarterback competition going on with Casey Thompson and Chubba Purdy. Now, if you go back, our last couple quarterbacks, there wasn't like a real competition, right? You go back to Taylor Martinez, you go back to Tommy Armstrong and Adrian
Martinez. More Martinez.
More.
Yeah.
These guys, they were always presumed starters going into the season. Now, I just want to ask you guys, what are the positives and the negatives of a competitionless quarterback competition? Did you ever notice like any complacency at all with a guy like, oh, you could have made that play in practice. You could have went that extra mile, but you didn't because it's your job and you know it.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what happened the last three quarterbacks was that, when no one's, you get the best brought out of you when someone's on your tail, fighting for that same position. So when you got two guys battling out, I think it only brings the best out of one another. But with that, it is nice having your number one QB that you're rocking with the whole time as well. But I think where Nebraska's at, you definitely have to put it up for an open job.
Yeah, there's a lot like kind of to that because, having your guy and it being your guy, that's kind of nice because, as an O-line, you know what to expect, you know what you're going to get.
Right.
And, we can talk about there being a lack of competition, but sometimes, there's just that gap. And so, it's nice kind of having your wagon hitched, but sometimes, everybody's always going to want more. Like the starting quarterback job at Nebraska comes with a lot of scrutiny. So because even you go back to Adrian and like in the middle of his junior year where we started Noah Vedral for some games or Luke McCaffrey for some games and did all that, we experimented with those other QBs. People like to forget that and saying the Frost hitches wagon to that guy. Well, we didn't get any different results with other guys. Yeah. So, I mean, just a little,
Yeah, I remember Luke McCaffrey starting against Illinois a few years ago.
And you can't pass the ball.
And the very first play of the game was that weird screen that was technically an incomplete pass, but it was a rule of fumble.
And they took it back?
No, they didn't take it back. They just, it was a turnover.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and Grizzler Bear 73 from Instagram. I just want to shine some light on this guy. Right?
Oh, that guy.
He asked, do you think that Coach Frost's ride or die commitment to Martinez ultimately hurt the program in the long run?
Kind of like Hahn said, the next guy wasn't better. I mean, when the next guy's not better, who are you going to roll with? So I think Adrian was the guy, but now he's not. So I think we just roll with who we got. I mean, whether it's those two or, Smothers is a good third option as well. So I think it's just good for the QBs to be competing out there, just like you said. I mean, if one guy's watching more film than the other, it's going to stand out. If one's doing more reps, putting in more work, it's going to stand out.
And that's something that we've always been kind of like, we've always said is that with the ups and the downs and everything that came with Adrian Martinez was he's our best chance to win.
Yep.
It is very apparent. And so all the criticism and all the things that people were saying about Adrian Martinez and everything like that, like And with Scott Frost's decision to hitch his wagon to Adrian Martinez, it's like, well, if he's out there saying he's the best chance to win, and that was pretty apparent at times, that's kind of what you just kind of have to roll with.
Well, he hid a lot of problems with that offensive line, too. I mean, Adrian's legs were electric. Nobody can deny that. It's just Adrian wasn't a clutch quarterback, and you can't teach a clutch gene. I mean, the guy, he didn't win a lot of games in Nebraska, but he was still the best option to win games. So, unfortunately, we didn't win a lot, you know?
Listen, that Adrian horse right there, we're beating it to death.
Yeah,
right?
It's dead.
We've talked many times. He helps you, like you said, cover up weaknesses that we have on the O-line because he can run around. But then critical moment shows up and it's like a play happens and it's like, whoa.
Michigan,
right?
Oh,
yeah.
And he'll be the first guy to say, I should have just hold on to the ball. Yeah, I should have held on to the ball. Yeah, well, damn it, do it. God.
Hey,
Sorry.
but I can shout out mobile quarterbacks because that's nice.
It is not. They
because guess what? 0 sacks ever given up, and there should probably be at least 3. But Tommy was too fast and got out of it. So I'll just say that's real nice. And speaking of Adrian, did you guys see like the big quote from Kansas State where he's talking about you know how like his team's more talented and stuff?
Yeah.
And I just want to go on record and say you know, it's okay he said that. They go to bowl games and win games. So for Nebraska fans who are hurt feelings about that, you're going to have to suck it up because we haven't been very good in a while.
Is that a North Dakota State, like, homer thing right there?
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? Chris Kleiman?
It was for sure.
Kleiman's a winner. That's all I got to say.
Dude,
That's
win
all I
games.
wanted.
I'm just saying, though, be realistic about it.
I like me some climbing.
Hey.
Just saying.
Chris
Hey,
Kleiman's a good dude. Gene Taylor, athletic director, another good dude. So,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's that whole Adrian thing, right? Name me another transfer, not just a Nebraska transfer going out or coming in, any transfer ever that is going to be as connected to their former university.
Sam Hahn. Just now.
Yeah?
No, I'm not connected, but
Like, there's no other transfer on this earth
Still living
that
in the
started
past.
for 4 years for another team. He's going to be forever. He's going to be a Husker forever.
He's got too many
He
records.
graduated from here.
there's a lot
He's
of
got all the
there's
records.
graduate and a lot of records. But Nebraska people also like to attach themselves to other people like Scott Frost 2017 UCF being 12-0. It's like we think we won that sometimes. So I mean,
Right.
like,
Listen, man.
so like we gotta take it with a grain of salt.
When he when he was hired, what was the first thing I did? I bought that stupid fucking comic book. I behind my desk at school, I had the "No Fear of Failure" quote.
Why?
I was all in.
Why?
The Frost warning
Why?
shirt.
This was in
Frost
20.
warning.
No, this is late 2017. Everybody is.
Hyped.
They got a
I
hard
have
on
How
for
could you
him.
not be, though? I mean,
How could you not be, right?
I have those coasters from that guy that helps people with DUIs, that Fitzgerald guy. It's like, hire Scott Frost now.
And Riley's just like, bro, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the offensive line a little bit. Okay?
Okay, here we go.
Scary topic. Cam Jurgens is gone. Arguably our best player last year. Maybe the past couple of years. Even though he had trouble with the snaps, still a second-round guy. An NFL team saw him and they said, we like that.
No, the best center for the last decade in the NFL saw him and said, let's pick
The
him.
last decade? Wait.
That's right.
How long have you been out?
That's right.
No, I'm
When
saying-
was the last
that's
time
a
Dylan?
dagger.
Oh my
No,
God.
no.
The
I'm talking
Eagles-
about in the NFL. I'm talking about Jason Kelsey.
Oh, okay. I thought
Jason
you were
Kelsey.
jabbing
No,
the
I
Husker
was not
program.
jabbing, dude. I'm saying the best center in the NFL over the last 10-year period, Jason Kelsey,
Get that guy.
had high regards for Cam Jurgens.
He
said, "This is the
handpicked
guy-
him.
Yeah, this is the guy we should pick. That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
Okay.
If you think I'm going to throw shade at, get
their
out of
play
here.
is real similar, though. You know, they're both real good athletes, get out in space. So.
Yeah, very strong.
'Cause wasn't
Yeah.
Kelsey running back in high school, I believe, or something crazy like that?
Yeah,
So,
but I know he plays at like 275, 280 in the NFL,
yeah,
which is
lean,
like unheard of.
Lean.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's gone, right?
Yeah, so that guy's
He's
gone.
Yeah.
A lot of people consider Teddy Prohaska our best offensive lineman. He played in 2 whole games last year. Woo! And he's coming off knee surgery. Okay. Not good. Nuri Nueli
See ya.
got busted.
Hey, wait,
for
ready?
taking
Ready? R.I.P. Right?
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah.
Needed one of those.
Yeah, needed an R.I.P.
So he's out. Donovan Raiola. Look, a lot of people think he was just hired because we can get Dylan Raiola, right? The future quarterback, right? He's a 2024 quarterback, whatever. And I see Donovan Raiola, and I'm like, damn, this dude was given a shit sandwich because he's given this difficult situation. If they struggle this year, people are going to look at Donnie Raiola and say, God, that dude sucks at coaching. Fire his ass, right? But I look at him and I go, dude, look at what he's got to work with, which isn't much. He's got this new approach that Scott Frost is lauding over, which is different from Greg Austin's. More aggressive, right? Let's punch first. Now I want to ask these fellows right here, our O-linemen, our pipeline members, what's the positive aspect and the negative aspect of a aggressive approach where you punch first? Good things, bad things, what can go wrong? What's a good thing?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, you got to think, striking first, they're coming off the ball, coming off hard, so their job is to knock guys back. I guess the only negative I could think of that is maybe getting too far in front of themselves where if guys are moving or slanting and stuff, maybe get out of line a little bit there. But, I mean, I think that's the goal always is to be striking first, coming off the ball. We always called it a controlled rage. How can I come off the ball like a madman but not fall on my face if a guy swims me or anything, So it'll be interesting. I just think, with the new coach and with what's on the line for the season, I think everyone's got a little more to play for, with Frost's job on the line, really, you know. So I think the line will be ready. I mean, you say they don't have much to work with, but the coach has got to do his job as well. There's something to be said about that, I can't tell you the difference between what Coach Austin was coaching or, Raiola, but it's just they got to put it together. I think Teddy is a good anchor in that O-line. I think people were projecting him a pretty high already, even though he hasn't played much. But
small sample.
I mean, he's a house, really. When I went and watched practice in the spring, I thought he looked the part for sure.
Yeah. He looks like a Big Ten OT. He really does. So, couple things about like being the aggressor or not. I mean, you can be the hammer or the nail.
Okay.
It's and like you said, the controlled rage. Like I know, like Coach Cav did a really good job with us about like striking, but keeping your head out of it to keep your balance, so you stay on track. And there's definitely some people you're gonna miss because like you lose Cam, you also lose Matt Schickerman who retired from football, but you got Teddy who's there who you obviously are probably gonna rely on a lot. You got Turner Corcoran, who they say you can play any position in the offensive line.
I saw that he was top 50 on someone's board. Did you see that on the internet?
I did not.
On Twitter, it was. Can't remember what site was ranking him, but he was in the top 50, the Turner guy.
Yeah.
So.
And he was a guy that coming off that Rutgers game a few years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, he's the future.
He's the future.
Yeah,
Did they put him at left tackle last year?
He was at left tackle.
I mean, I liked him at right tackle with Teddy at left. I thought they looked strong when those two were there. So
Yep. And well, then I mean, you get Bryce Benhart, who's played a lot of games. Who's he's had some struggle with the power rush and the stab move with getting underneath his pad level because he's a pretty tall guy. Then you had Trent Hickson, who played a little bit, and Ethan Piper, who played a little bit. Yeah. And so Trent might look at that thing at center. Who knows? But you've had some guys that have played some games. So maybe not had the success that they want to have, but you have experience on that O-line.
More than we ever had.
Exactly. You got guys with like some guys with 10 starts out there, and then you get the transfer from Oklahoma State and the guy from Northern Colorado and things like that. And you want to put something together.
Keith Williams, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you hope that you can kind of piece something together and maybe have some depth at some positions. And it's maybe not as bleak as we maybe think it is with Cam leaving because Cam overshadowed a lot of issues last year. But there's definitely opportunity there. And just not to go on for too long, but I remember last year we played Illinois. It was at week 0, supposed to be in Ireland, and I was in Nashville for a bachelor party that week. And I remember I'm at Kid Rock's 3rd floor, and I text Cole Conrad, Corey Whitaker, Nick Gates, those 4. I said, boys, we had a 20-minute drive on these dudes. You could have drove from Memorial Stadium to that's actually more like a 40-minute drive. You could have from Lincoln to Omaha. and we drove down the field in Illinois, and it was 3 fifth-year seniors, few walk-ons, and then Gates a stud. So, just a bunch of boys out there.
Just grinding.
And we just grinded and we did it.
I think what goes with that is a good O-line is only as good as the defensive line, too. I mean, how good has the defensive line been? When I think of Nebraska, I think of the Randy Gregory's, Vince Valentine, Malik Collins. Those are the guys that we were going against, and so when you're going against guys that are better than the guys you're seeing on Saturday, practices are hard, but sometimes the games can be a little bit easier, when you're going against those studs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and Nebraska has a favorable schedule this year. So ideally, they might not face those hog molly defensive lines like we have. No Ohio State this year for the first time in 13 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, guys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pushing back on you.
Okay, go on.
Pushing.
Push.
You can't consistently beat any Big Ten West teams, damn it.
Well, that's the problem.
I know.
15
we're
and 29.
We're still playing whiskey.
Yeah, and
Still playing Minnesota and Iowa.
Beat those three, and you're winning the Big Ten West.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every year.
Right?
It's simple, man.
Okay. I liked it. I like sticking with Iowa here.
Oh God.
Raise your hand if you are a fan of Iowa football. All right, that's
all right. Cool. So nobody out of this 500 people in this stadium here, right? Yeah. We're so big, right? There's just so many people here.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Iowa State.
Shout out Matt Campbell to the dude in the Iowa State polo, though.
Oh, shout out Matt Campbell. There you go.
Jamie Pollard, Matt Campbell. I mean, look, you're doing all right. Round of applause. So yeah, just something on the radio that came out this morning. Damon Benning. We're shouting him out. Who cares?
I don't care.
No free shout-outs.
He played running back at Nebraska in the 90s. Woo, living in the past, like we always do. He went on an official visit to Iowa City this weekend with his son. And one of the stories that he told was Iowa pretty much still using Nebraska as a comparison. For instance, I believe he said Spencer Petras, their quarterback, was talking about a certain 21-6 game where they were losing, but their culture won out. It beat the talent.
Does that hurt? Does that hurt more?
Yeah.
Damon Benning specifically said that hit hard, but he couldn't say anything.
And I don't think we can either.
No lies detected.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as it sits right now, Iowa has beat us, what,
7?
7, yeah. I can't say I beat them when I started.
Yeah, so we can't hang our hat on that one.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, shit.
like it is what it is, man. Like that, the culture's better. I mean, ever since Icorse's infamous words, it's been a shit show against Iowa.
We had to look at where Iowa was at. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, I'd like to be where I was at.
Yeah. And I was telling you, Sam, before we recorded, Iowa is using certain quotes as bulletin board material. That is one of them. Icorse questioning where Iowa was when Nebraska beat them, and we still fired Bo. And Scott Frost, when he came to Nebraska and said, hopefully the Big Ten will have to adjust to us. They are using these quotes. I don't know if they have them hung up in the weight room or whatever.
They got to be spray painted on the fucking walls. I'm telling you.
On their pink locker room.
Pink walls. Right. Pink walls. Jeez.
Those pink walls. What is it like? You walk into a pink locker room.
I mean, I don't know if that's psychology level. I don't understand because I don't know how the human brain works, but I'm just this is a locker room. Yeah. It's actually pretty spacious and nice.
For me, honestly, the first trip there, I think I was so locked in, I didn't even notice they were pink. Yeah. Personally, I had no idea.
I mean, it's way worse at Northwestern's freaking big rug where you're on top of each other, or Purdue's freaking
Northwestern, dude.
But Purdue's janitor closet?
Northwestern, when everyone's triple lockered up, dude, and you can't do it.
And Westy's right there by the curtain, ass naked, getting dressed, and people are outside the curtain.
Right there. Yeah.
Northwestern, that's terrible. That's awful. Way worse as far as
their field is trash, their locker room's trash.
Yeah. Those are way worse.
Yeah. And it's a home game for Nebraska. Every time you play.
It's a home game.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, yeah. So that's bad, but I was looking it's pink,
but it's nice.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
So
it's a spa, right?
So yeah, I'm seeing Iowa, and they seem to be all in on this Nebraska rivalry, but I still see Nebraska fans still not embracing this rivalry like they should be. It's been 7, I'm looking at everybody here, 7 straight years until, is it going to happen this year? Is it going to be 8? My God.
It's going to be this year.
So like,
Are you sure?
It's going to be this year.
Dubs only, man.
The boys are coming this year.
Yeah?
They're coming. They were so close last year to not turn it this year. I mean,
Did you say the word close?
did you say
no, we're there.
Are you talking about Linning right now?
Linning.
My shirt says Winkin.
Winkin.
No more Lens.
Just know I put a future bet in.
Oh, he's got money on it.
Future bet in.
Calvin Ridley over here betting on games.
I honestly, I want to hear a dude like Garrett Nelson say, because he's the face right now.
Yeah.
Let's face the program.
Yes.
I want him to say Iowa out loud and be like, they're insulting us by saying our culture is shit.
You can't say shit until you beat them.
Why? I mean, but
until you beat them. The thing that matters is
you got to embrace this, right? You got to embrace it, man. You just got to say, beat Iowa. Can we say that?
Yeah,
But why-
come Iowa week.
But why Iowa over Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Scott Frost has never beat PJ Fleck. Like
why beat him once?
why Iowa? It don't
depends.
matter. It's Big Ten West, man. You got to beat them dudes.
That's true. You got to beat Minnesota. You got to beat Purdue. You can't do any of those things.
Where
You
did they come
just-
from, dude?
just like
It
the
used
dude.
to be a walkthrough.
9 wins last
It
year.
used to be a walkthrough.
Just-
Jeff Brom, baby.
Just like the dude who shook Scott Frost's hand and said winnable game.
Winnable game.
So like, I mean, you're hung up on Iowa. Like, and I
Sam-
get it. Iowa, you need to be ready for that. But like, let's just get ready for the Big Ten West, man.
In Ireland.
You lose to Brett Bielema in week 0 last year. My wife and I were out there. It's 100 degrees. This is the hottest game I've ever been to. It's like the field temp had to be 110. We're like 3 rows from the field. I'm sweating my ass off, and we lose to fucking Bert Bielema.
Yeah, that was the worst loss.
That was terrible.
You're insulting Bert. You
Yeah.
should be insulting Illinois.
Bert.
Because Bert's fine.
I took a nap in Nashville that fourth quarter. That's how great that.
Oh, you're Nashville regular. Oh, I remember.
Mike, I'm gonna turn this around. Okay, because if Illinois beats Nebraska, you know what Illinois fans are saying? We let Scott Frost beat us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, everybody, but he's 16 and 20, 15 and 29.
15.
I added a win in there. Anyway, but the reason why I focus on Iowa so much is you play them on Black Friday. I want that damn game to actually mean something. I want that game to mean Big Ten West. I don't want to play we don't want to play spoiler anymore.
No,
Can
are
that
you
game
saying
mean something?
Ohio State Michigan rivalry level or like?
I'm talking Army Navy level.
Okay, you're talking
Beat
like
Iowa, damn it.
You're
Can we
talking
do that?
like don't use the letter I for like the entire fucking week.
IOWA.
None of those letters. That's a lot of vowels.
Iowa. Replace the W with an L.
So can we not have like turkey on Thanksgiving?
No
because we
Casey's
don't eat
Pizza.
birds
No
or what?
Hy-Vee. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing from
It's
Iowa.
a Hy-Vee Heroes game, man. Like
Nothing.
Hy-Vee hooks us up with that meal, though.
Hy-Vee was fire.
But
with
that's
that
after the
too.
game, right? Or is that before the
that's on
game?
Wednesday.
Okay, well, you know what? Whatever.
Shut out Hy-Vee.
Yeah, but the fans, nothing Iowa related.
I'm the last guy to talk shit on Casey's Pizza. I pretty much.
Okay. Hey, so we've had a lot of pushback on this.
We have.
Let's shift topics for about 30 seconds.
Casey's Pizza? Or
Casey's Breakfast Pizza
Breakfast
at
pizza.
Memorial Stadium. Go.
11 a.m. kick.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Thank you.
That's all we need to hear.
Sam?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I mean, hey,
Nope, that's it.
Like the
Valentino
the
smells different
Val's
in the air,
Val's
though, doesn't
slaps
it?
after a couple Sprite
Yeah, it
vodkas
does.
in the morning or something. Like little morning drinking, as Tunnel Walk of Shame says. So, I mean,
What's everybody else say about Casey's?
Casey's, yes or no? Let's go.
Pizza.
Get loud for Casey's. Get loud for Val's. Get loud for Val's.
I used to be a host.
Hey, there we go. Okay, we got some homers here.
I'll just say,
Walk of Shame again.
I saw some hardcore Nebraska fans in this audience put a thumbs up for Casey's Pizza.
They should.
Just saying.
Breakfast pizza only though, because the rest of their pizza is trash. I'm just saying.
okay, Mike, just maybe
bad
take a nap.
Bad take. Bad take.
Okay, let's take a break and we're gonna hit our last segment. Guys, get drinks. Let's go. Okay.
What? Wait. What's this? What are those things?
Hey, we're in here. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So we took a break. Are you? Can I get this thing going? We took a break.
Go ahead. Tom.
I found out from some spectators that are out here that they're playing drinking games on what stuff we say. So that's got to be pretty funny, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like
games in the
we have
crowds,
enough shit that we say regularly that people can drink to it. So
wait, is one of them Lynn?
Adrian Martinez.
no, one of them is. I did find out one.
Close.
No block, no rock. Hey.
Wait,
that's to the boys.
Since you said it, we have to drink. Is that the arrangement here?
Yeah, that's the arrangement. So,
boy.
Okay, so we took our last break.
No block, no rock, no block, no rock, no block.
That
no
was
rock,
a good
no block,
toast.
no
Yeah,
rock.
I found out that was one of them. I was like, I got to use that one. So, Jared,
Okay.
get us on track.
Before we get to the Q&A, I need to get your guys' thoughts on this. So there was a survey that was done,
Oh boy.
and you know exactly what I'm talking about too, probably.
That
Maybe.
survey's whack.
Oh, okay. Let me explain it first.
Okay, sorry.
There were 1,000 high school football players that were surveyed about college football brands. Top 25, Nebraska was not in it. I'm going to name off some of the teams that were, and you can react accordingly. Texas was at 8.
Okay.
Thank
Horns
you.
down.
I know some,
But fair though.
no horns
That's
down?
accurate.
Yeah, that's
Texas
fair.
is top
No horns
25.
down?
that's even that is arguable because
it's not.
since 2009 in the
Look
Big
at
12
their
title,
look at
just
their
Texas.
net worth.
It's
Look at their
Texas.
net worth.
Dude.
Look at their program.
why aren't
They're
you
top
doing
25.
this right here?
It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but they're top 25.
Huns
Anyway, can
Huns
you
a
get to
realist.
Maryland so we can talk about how whack it is?
Huns a realist.
Okay, yeah,
Get
hold
to
on.
Maryland.
Now Miami was 10th.
It's Miami.
Yeah.
Miami?
Wow.
You're talking brands. You're talking name brands, Jared. Let's get to the
But
nitty
Nebraska's
gritty.
not on it anyway.
Okay, yeah. Get to the nitty gritty.
North Carolina 14th.
Ooh,
That's
at
a little
football.
That's big
At
iffy.
football.
Though.
Football.
Yeah, that's big iffy. Even with Mac Brown.
Yeah.
Florida State made it. Tennessee made it.
Yeah.
Michigan State made it. Maryland,
There
their
it
favorite team, was 24th.
So automatically
Go.
the list is
Yeah,
irrelevant.
it's irrelevant if you have Maryland.
Like
in
Maryland's
there.
in the top 25, like it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Like my question is,
What
How
thousand
do
fucking
they-
high school guys did you interview?
Right,
Thousands of bad, not that many people.
East Coast, right? It's
Right.
got to be, right?
East Coast bias.
As
right?
someone in Kansas, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, they have that Trula turn the ball over guy, you know, and that's it.
stupid. Okay, Q&A
Hey,
time.
where was me and my family?
My
Yeah,
family.
my
family.
No, before we get into Q&A, we got to get into the nitty gritty stories, behind the scenes shit. This is why the people came.
The Mike Delaware special.
Yeah, this is the Mike Delaware special. Tell us a story about your playing days that nobody knows.
Oh, I told you I had a story and I forgot. it.
We were peeing at the urinal, and you're like, I got a story.
I forgot it.
I got a story. Come on.
Ask God if he's got one. I forgot what my
Does
story.
it
Do you have a
involve
story? Do you have a story that's like, damn,
Pretty funny, or what kind of story?
anything they want to hear?
Did I tell the one about scout team and Evan Williams, or no? Last time I was on here, no.
Evan Williams. That sounds
I don't
familiar.
know. I don't know if Hahn was on the. I mean, it's kind of foul, but I don't
Look
know
it
if
up
Hahn.
on YouTube.
I don't know if Hahn was on the team yet. But we're doing scout team, and right, and you know, guys want to get their reps. You know, even if you're a third team guy, you're gonna try to sneak in. And so, anyways, Ida was supposed to be on the vertical, and you know what that is you know, run a fly route, take the middle backer or something with him. Well, he does that. Coach Papuchis comes by. He goes, "Where the hell was the seam route over there?" Well, Will Compton had pushed this kid Evan Williams out all the way. This Evan Williams kid, his dad was like third floor guy. He got
skills, dude.
He got a pass on the team. He should not have been on the team. Well, frickin' JP goes, "What the hell? This is not Make-A-Wish Foundation. He should never be on the field again." And that kid never saw the field again. It was awful. That's always a good one, right?
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That kid will never play again. This is not a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
This is the same kid. I'll piggyback off that. This is
no.
the same kid.
Oh, no.
He's got a YouTube highlight from spring ball practice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Is it like E-Dub or something
E-Dub,
highlights
yeah.
or something? It's bad.
Let
Look
him
up
know.
Evan Williams on YouTube. It's entertaining.
What story
R.I.P.
you got?
JP,
What
right?
story does Hahn
R.I.P.
got?
R.I.P. JP.
Yeah. What's Hahn got? You got some good
He
stories.
got nothing, dude. He doesn't want to tell
We
it.
were
got it.
peeing next to each other.
I know. Then I ordered a s'mores and I couldn't remember what it was.
Gosh, give me s'mores, Nebraska Brewing
s'mores,
Company.
man.
No,
Plug
okay.
that.
Anyway, Keep going. I might.
Yeah, he'll come up with some.
All right, get the Q&A, and Sam might have a cherry on top of everything, right?
Maybe Dylan Utter's thumb
pinky
will make you remember again.
the pinky.
Oh, the pinky.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
So this comes from your dad.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Oh, no. You guys are. Yes.
So talk about this dislocated digit, because is it a thumb or a pinky? I don't know.
Pinky. So I always had this huge fear of getting hurt on the field and just looking at one of your limbs and it's just facing the wrong way. Like that was always just one of my fears. I never wanted it to happen, and thankfully it was just a damn pinky. But so we're supposed to, me and Hahn are working a combo block. We're supposed to outside reach. Well, Hahn just totally olays and fucks me. He doesn't help at all. Doesn't give a hand. So I don't know. My hand must have just been late. Well, I go to block the guy, we're blocking, plays dead. Well, I go look at my pinky and it is just all the hell bent backwards. I go, Hahn, what the hell? What the hell's going on? I'm like, what do I do? He's like, go down. I was like, I can't go down for the pinky. Like,
is that why your pinky's still fucked up?
You can't.
Why does your pinky look like that?
Now hold on. You weren't wearing gloves?
No gloves. And I was
so
like, I can't go down for a pinky, dude. I just can't. Like, and rule number 1, they say go down if you need to come out of the game. They're like, you have to go down. So sometimes if you see guys laying on the field, it's just because that's the rule, and I could not. But I rolled to the sideline and they popped it right back in, tape it, go in the next play, baby. So that's
no member of the pipeline can ever go, my pinky!
Yeah, I couldn't go down. I couldn't go down.
Fucking Aaron Graham or Jason or Christian Peter be like, what the hell are you doing?
I was going to say, snap it back, tape it, and we're rocking. So.
But it's kind of fucked up still.
Oh, it still is, man.
What the fuck is wrong with that thing?
It's a good one. You have to wear the brace so long, and you don't even want to put that thing on. So you just rock it. If you look at some O-line, and who's that, Braid or Baldy? Baldinger or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
he's got the real bad hands. If you look at some people in the NFL, I mean, Ray Lewis has the one that goes.
Oh yeah. Like even
do you feel like Ray Lewis
and stuff?
Well, I got like these two.
I mean, kind of.
Like Anyway, that story is.
That
facts.
is a good one. Yeah.
You done fucked up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So then you go and you try to snap like Cyclops out there, with the ball.
It was an outside zone, and I'm supposed to give Utter a hand, and I gave him nothing because I was sprinting after the D end, and Utter comes up, and it wasn't what the hell.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was what the fuck.
So you owe Dylan a fucking pinky.
Yeah,
that's what I know.
So that was facts, and the worst part about it was, well, maybe not the worst part, maybe for me, not for you, but Witt comes in, I'm like, and to snap at Corey Whitaker. And like we just getting, I don't know, we're like in blue protection or something. And he's like, Hahn, call it out.
Where do I go?
He's like, dude, I'm just focused on the snap. I just got to get the snap back. He goes, you call it the protection. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna Leo number 52, and we're just gonna go.
Yeah, go.
And then that was when
Indiana.
When B Riley caught that one on his back.
Yeah, right next.
It was that play.
He had that circus. Yeah,
when you were out.
Catch,
when you were out,
tapped it, rolled off the guy's butt, and B Riley snagged it.
Yeah, and
shout out B Riley.
And all of a sudden, then you just come beelining back in. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Hahn,
how does this look like I'm doing?
Good to see you.
I think I am.
High five. It's all fucked up.
Yeah, but no, that's good. I appreciated that. That was a good story to bring up.
Hahn's probably got a million stories about me flipping shit. But.
Well, I mean, let's turn it back to Mr. Hahn. Have you thought of that story yet? Have you recalled?
No, just keep going.
This urinal story with Mike? No?
Maybe that was the story. Like Dad and I were just having.
I don't think
crossing
so.
streams? Okay,
Maybe.
cool. Fellas, if the NIL arrangement was around when you were playing, who would be your go-to company, brand, sponsorship? Dylan, I'll have you go first.
It's a no-brainer. With the last name like Utter, you got to roll with a milk company. What is it? Highland? I think Highland's in the I don't know, one of them, but that would have been Got Milk.
Roberts at the time,
saw
right?
The Got Milk stashes at the school back in the day. That would have been hilarious. But
okay.
I mean, that's the only one I can really go with, I think. I've thought about that.
Utter.
He's thought about it. He's like, what I could have been. $100 gift card to something. Amazon.
Right. Free milks. That's what we used to drink for post-workout, though.
True.
So we could have it.
They might have you delivering milk door to door.
Are you the milkman? Get the stash going.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Farming Never Stops?
Yeah, exactly. He said right there, it'd be anything with farming, man. Like seed company, chemical company, fertilizer, equipment, anything.
Yeah,
that would've been- that
See
would've
how
been
he's
my alley.
avoiding
Actually-
name brands? But
Actually, got to deal with like Lindsay and Zematic right now. So
There you
go.
Got that. It was nice. You get fresh after you were out. That's when you could collect. So
Couple
yeah.
bucks.
So shout out FieldNet and Lindsay Irrigation. Got the pivots hooked up. So
that's a free
All
shout
right.
out. Free shout out.
no free shout outs.
Now, we already talked about Mr. Cam Jurgens going to the Eagles, right? You look at all the Huskers that have been drafted, despite their not great records. They're still churning out NFL-type talent.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Cam Taylor-Britt going to the Bengals, Samori Toure going to the Packers, GPG. I see you. Woo! JoJo Doman with the Colts. I could keep naming dudes, but is there like a specific NFL guy, maybe besides Jurgens, that you're looking for this year or going forward in the future?
Like former Huskers, you're asking?
Current, probably.
Or current?
Well, in the NFL right now.
We're always going to root for Nick Gates.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he broke his leg last year, so hopefully he gets healthy and
Right.
rolls back. I mean, any of the guys, when Nate was in the league, I'd watch him pretty heavily. Nate Gary. For now, though, I mean, just kind of see who makes the roster and go from there. Stanley was a team guy as well. I mean,
With the Bengals,
he was always a stud from the day he walked on campus, so you always got to root for him as well. He's just a good all-around person and a hard worker, so definitely on Team Stan.
Yeah, Team Stan for sure because, like, remember Keith, Coach Williams would always call him Officer Stan because he'd lock dudes up blocking and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, Stan loved just putting dudes in the dirt blocking. So, obviously, like, as an O-lineman, you always love that. And obviously, Gates. I think Utter and I both take a little pride in Gates because I remember, like, before our senior year, we kind of brought Gates to our workout stand over there when we would have them metabolic workouts and stuff. And you and me would push Gates pretty hard on that stuff. So
yeah, Gates was like our little brother, we like to say. So you definitely pride himself. I mean, he's a junkyard dog by nature. So.
Well, like so the fun part about Gates, obviously he was a stud and he was younger than us. So like we'd do these workouts and it'd be like 3 people in 3 groups and you'd kind of rotate through. So it was always up first to set the tone. And then it was Gates and we'd be pushing Gates through. And then I would go. I remember every time it'd be like Fridays and everything.
Friday metabolic workouts. Basically, you kill yourself before you go home for the weekend.
And then Utter would just be screaming at me, "Get to the tractor, Hahn!
Yep,
get to the tractor! Let's go!
We gotta get home! We gotta get to the farm, baby!"
So we'd always have that fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Utter and I, both are in Gates' corner, and obviously, I mean, we want to see Cam do well. JoJo was obviously. Like, JoJo was there when we were there,
Freshman,
and it was really crazy to see, like, his development as a player from when we were there till now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was cheering for JoJo. And then the Bengals is kind of like the Nebraska squad with
Zach Taylor.
With Zach Taylor and, Joe Burrow we missed out on.
And Cam Taylor.
Don't tell people
well,
that.
Wait, who's Joe Burrow? Who is that?
Yeah, who's Joe Burrow? Joey Ice. Anyway, next question.
Bo Juro. This one was submitted by probably the dumbest person that we have in this audience.
Oh, no. I think that speaker died, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
dead?
Yeah, I think it died.
I was
Just
gonna say,
a
like,
heads
you're
up.
Y'all, do we just got to yell?
Yeah, just yell.
All right, we're yelling. Do you guys believe?
Not that loud. Not that loud.
Do you believe in the curse of Frank Solich?
No.
Do we need to bring him back midfield and
Helicopter to the 50-yard line.
Yeah. What do we got to do?
Come on. Or the Bo Pelini curse, really. I mean,
Bo Pelini curse. Okay.
I mean, that was the last time we were really dominating. Like I said, Purdue, those used to be walkthroughs. Purdue, Illinois, stuff like that. It just seems like once Bo left ship, we just lost the swagger, really. So, I mean, from there, I personally would love to see somehow Bo make a return. Not as head coach, like even somehow. It'd be fucking
what would he
Do you
be?
think he would,
Not
though?
the coach.
Do you think he would?
The media
Not a
relations
chance.
guy.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
It would be a good thing. I think so. He's an old school guy. I think kids kind of need that nowadays. I think that's what helped us back then. He just was no bullshit. So I think I mean, Frank Solich he was doing the same thing, 9 wins. You know, they're kind of the same song, different dance.
Yeah.
There's some see, every time people mention Frank Solich, there's a little asterisk by Frank Solich because there was some off the field things that may have led to his exit as well. So.
Now, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the Frank Solich era, they had that 7-7 year, which scared people off. But there are some aspects to the Solich era that people gloss over that we just like to forget. Like the recruiting wasn't.
Are you talking about co-eds?
If you want to go there. Yeah. I was trying to stick to like football.
Okay, I was just saying we have a crowd here, so you're talking about co-eds. All right, cool. All right, anyways, go on, go on, Sam. He interrupted you. I just piggybacked.
No, that was pretty much it. Like that is that situation is shined in a different light that maybe it shouldn't be shined in.
Okay,
it's a lot of hindsight.
Yeah.
Is 2020 type shit.
Yeah, but even that hindsight is not 2020 because it's a little bit distorted. So.
Yeah.
It's like my vision, like 80-20.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
You look at the current years that we've been having. We look at Frank Solich, and yeah, we idolize Frank Solich. He's the former Nebraska fullback who led Nebraska to the national championship in 2001. But there are some other things about the era that weren't the greatest. And you kind of touched on that. Anyway, now you guys, you're both homegrown Nebraska boys. Okay? You probably grew up dreaming to play for Nebraska, right?
Oh, yeah.
Papillion boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The wink.
So now, yeah, it's subtle.
The LV boys.
So, okay, I'm going to ask you, what's it going to take for the younger generation to come back around to this program again? They weren't on that top 25 list of the best brands of college football. You could say that survey was bunk. That's fine. But besides winning, is there anything that Nebraska can do to get back on that stage and like become a relevant program again besides winning?
Yeah. I just don't think it is. Winning trumps everything, ultimately. I mean, for Nebraska to be in the middle of the map, you know, most people from the East Coast, West Coast might not even be able to point where Nebraska is, man. So unless you're winning games, why would kids want to come here? You know, you got to do that or put people in the NFL, which, you know, 3 guys is cool. But when LSU a couple years ago put in, 20, you know, in the draft. So
when Georgia last year with their defense putting dudes.
I mean, the NIL kind of evens it out. So if you're making money, you know, you could possibly come here, but I'd rather win ball games than take $1.
Yeah,
fair enough.
You just got to win more.
Just win more.
That's it. You got to win more. If you want better players, you got to win more. I mean, obviously, you're going to capture some Nebraska kids, but maybe it's not to the level you want to capture them to because they can go to South Dakota State, they can go to North Dakota State, they can go to Northwest Missouri State on scholarship money. So, but like if you want to get kids back who are at them level, like the 2012 walk-on class. If you want to get them kids, if you want to get them type of players back playing, who ultimately end up having 10 players from a walk-on class start or play significant minutes, you're gonna have to get back to winning more games. Because if you're gonna pull elite level walk-on talent, you got to win more. Because otherwise, like, why not go to somewhere get your school paid for, or do that instead of chase the dream?
Well, instead of that guy from North Dakota State that just really wanted to go home and play for Nebraska. All right,
yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Shout out, Hahn.
Shout out, Hahn.
Look, guys, I mean, that's all we have for tonight.
Okay.
There's no more? That was it?
That's it, man. I mean,
we're waiting for your story, our urinal story.
Where's the story?
It literally says, Sam Hahn, remember the story. And you're drawing
You got no
blanks.
stories about Dylan behind the scenes, nitty gritty.
You shooting blanks right now?
Yeah, blanks for
It's
sure.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's fine.
Just me probably ripping into him. I don't know.
No, I will just say that like probably the greatest Snapchat I've ever received is from Gerald Foster when he was hurt when we were playing. And usually Utter got kind of cranky after practice if it wasn't a good practice, but if I was in a good mood, it was okay.
Is that why he's dad?
And that's why he's dad. That's dad for sure, because he's like the dad of the O-line, making sure everybody's okay. And the best Snapchat was Jerry, and it's just a picture of Utter after practice smiling with a peace sign up as he's taking a knee. and it just said happy line.
Yeah.
That's big facts. Because if I wasn't happy, we were having a good day.
Right.
But if I was happy, we were okay.
We just wanted greatness was all.
Yeah.
We all put in the time. I mean, that's what it takes. Everyone doing their job, watching the film, busting their ass. So that's kind of what I brought to the table, and I know guys like Hahn did, and that's what is great about the walk-on class is that's what they bring, and they're only bringing 4 or 5 guys now, to walk on. So you just got to get those guys that truly love Nebraska around there, and I think they raise the level of everyone's commitment to the program.
You mean dudes like Sam Foltz?
Oh yeah, Sam Foltz.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Shout out, right?
Yeah, I mean, Sam Foltz, his unfortunate death came by, 6-year anniversary.
Yep.
And we plugged it on Twitter, his foundation.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to talk a little bit more about the Sam Foltz Foundation, what they do, where they can go to donate money or whatever.
Yeah, so the website is forever2sev.org. Foltz family was kind enough to ask me to be kind of part of the planning committee of some of the fundraiser activities. So, on the anniversary of Sam's passing, we obviously texted you guys and was texting a lot of other players to kind of plug the website and to donate. Actually, if you go there right now, there's just like a really easy, handy donate $27. So, I mean, anybody that can afford to do that, that's great. It's not too much money out of, the regular person's pocket, but that helps us to go raise money for certain things. And we'll have other fundraisers coming in the future with some partnerships. Not going to be too much, but just to kind of help Sam's legacy be preserved as we always wanted it to be. And so his remembrance goes on. And it goes to some local things out in Grand Island and Greeley and things like that. And there's also a Sam Foltz game every year where they kind of honor somebody on the team for getting the scholarship. So yeah, I mean, if you're being inclined and you want to donate to that, that's a pretty cool deal. And I know Utter and I were obviously pretty close to Sam, and just really is as good as you say he was. And it's it's unfortunate, obviously Ut was the captain and that was cool, but like, you remember doing them cone drills in the stadium in the summer, and their group was with us, and Sam was a big leader and part of all that things. And like, I mean, to tell you, like, would have 100% been elected a captain as a special teams, like no special teams captain, no, just like a captain of the team. So I mean, just that kind of guy. So yeah, that's we'll plug there for them. So and him. So yeah, we those of us close to him want to keep that memory alive. And obviously they have the highway that's been honored his memory out there in Greeley. So it goes right in front of the Foltz family farms and everything. So that's a really cool deal that that Nebraska Highway Department and stuff did. So yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. So before we sign off, I have to do my is it called TikTok? What is this?
Well, you're the TikTok king. You're the TikTok king. So
I have to do this. All right.
Yeah.
Are you making a TikTok?
Are you gonna twerk? What are you
making
doing?
a TikTok?
I ain't twerking. I ain't going on the wall and twerking. You're gonna be mighty disappointed in my good friend in your fucking polo.
In your fucking polo.
So I'm gonna have like you guys just go out there. I'm gonna get everybody in here, do like a panoramic type thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. Go big red.
Go big red.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna
And
start.
you guys got to finish that.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Deal.
Perfect.
Do what I said. Go big red. Go big red. Woo! That's it. That's all I need.
We got to wrap. All right, get up here. We got to wrap.
That was, as Kyle would say, crispy.
Crispy.
All right.
Calvi Productions.
That's right. So before we sign off, guys, seriously, thank you so much, everybody, coming out. I mean, if you would have told me a year ago that we would have attracted, I know it's a lot of friends and family.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that a lot of you support us and want us to do well. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And cheers.
Cheers to the boys. Cheers to Go Big Red. Right
Cheers to GBR.
here. There we go.
Come on, are you not that tall?
You got the long arms, Big Haas. You got the long arms.
Strike, right.
Short arms get you a
Donovan
fucked up
Raiola
pinky.
would be very disappointed in you right now. All right, guys. Let's do our sign off. I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Oh, me? Sam Hahn? Yeah.
Mike Delaware.
Kyle Byers.
Dylan Utter.
And as always, 26 days, beat Northwestern and GBR.
Come on.
Woo! There we go.